Hello inflatable fans, I hope you're all well. Today I'm testing out a new paddle. Yeah, this one. Now this was a TEMU special. It's full carbon according to the specs. It's by a brand called Koetsu. That's how I'm going to pronounce it, Koetsu. Not quite sure. As I say, full carbon. It's a 4-piece paddle. You can see the ferrules there, and you can see the 2 centerpieces there. This one is the longest of the 2, so that's how long your paddle is going to be. I'll just take that out and show you. So that is the length of your pack. You know, that's the length of pack you're going to get it into. So roughly, it's just a little bit longer than the blade piece, so not too bad at all. Now, the thing I liked about this was the fact that it was a full carbon paddle and it was 69 quid. Let's call it 70, all but a few pence. £70. And I questioned whether it was full carbon, largely because in the description it said the weight was something like 1.1 kilos. But when I've got it home and weighed it, it weighs about 900 grams, and it is really quite light. Listen to this. There is the tiniest little bit of rattle, and it's just on that ferrule there. Everything else is rock solid. It is adjustable from 220 to 230 centimeters. Simple locking mechanism. I'm going to set it at 230. What I've found is that center line, if you line it up with the center of the locking mechanism, that sets your blades dead flat. And obviously if you want to feather it, you can feather it as you wish. I will be going out today in the Aquamarina Halve, largely because I've got another video planned. Stay tuned for that one if you want. It's another episode of Carl's Inflatable Kayaking Kitchen. So yeah, I'm taking it out in the Halve, so not the most streamlined of boats, but I will do a bit of a speed test in this with the paddle and we'll see what it's like. Let's get on the water and give this a go. Right, I'm on the water. I'm going to turn the GPS on before I set off. The speed in this Halve will be, it'll be nothing to write home about, but I just kind of want to know what this paddle does. The water levels here at Naben Lock are considerably higher than they have been. So I'm going to head up the canal basin here, the cut, and then out onto the River Ouse. There's always that little bit of just last minute setup prep once you get yourself in the boat, just to kind of get comfortable. I already tell you that this feels nice and light. I don't know about you, but I do actually quite like the blades. There's very little flex on these, which does suggest, even if it's not full carbon, that it might actually be partly carbon, a bit like the Aquamarina KP3. Now, as a travel paddle, the KP3 is spot on for me. I quite like it, but this might make another suitable alternative. Who knows? It just looks a bit fancy, doesn't it? Bit fancy. What I can say, right off the bat, is the boat's moving nicely, and I'm not getting any kind of splash in the boat with this set at 230. And this is a wide boat. If you're going to get water in the boat, this is the one it's going to happen with. According to the GPS at the moment, I'm moving at a steady 3.5 miles an hour. But the river level is a bit higher than it has been of late, and the flow will be a little bit stronger, so once I'm paddling against it, that will slow down. I can say it does have a very nice catch in the water. And it doesn't seem to make an awful lot of splash. Yeah, quite liking this. One of the things I didn't mention was it does have rubber drip rings on, and they do seem to be quite robust. Unlike that best paddle that I bought, that budget carbon paddle as well. Still can't get over 69 quid for this. I will put a link in the pinned comment and description so you can check it out. Probably changing price, it's TEMU, you know what it's like, if you know what it's like. This is nice. I've got to admit, for 70 quid, way better than I expected. Let's do this finger roll test. So if I put it and balance it on my fingers, where do the blades sit? So they sit slightly upright, again, a bit like the KP3. And that means when you put the blade in, it'll level it off. So it doesn't feel hard work to paddle it. You know, this feels good. Right, I think we'll do a little bit of an upriver speed test. Now, as I say, I'm in the Aquamarina Harve. It is a bit of a slug. I have got a load of weighty gear at the front there, but that shouldn't make much difference. So, I'll just do a nice steady leisure draw, and we'll see what it kind of pulls in at. As I say, upriver, against the flow, 2.5 miles an hour, 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, that's my phone going off, about 2.5 miles an hour, 2.6, so let's give it a slightly stronger pull. We'll see what it does. 2.6, 2.7, 2.9, 3, 3.1, 3. Let's give it full beams. I don't think it'll go much faster than that, largely because you get more drag the faster you go. 3.3, 3.4. Yeah, quite respectable for this boat. For this boat. Because by and large, this boat does move a lot more like a pack rat. So having gone a few hundred yards, it feels light. The handle, the loom does feel thin. Not thin, it just feels like it might be a bit thinner than some of my others. I'm going to paddle upriver a little bit further so I can get a good downriver test in. And also so I can film the next video. Because I'm getting hungry. Something I've just noticed, for me this paddle is about the right length. This boat, as I say, is really wide. Can't quite remember how wide. I'll put that on the screen. And the paddle is not catching on the tubes. That's a good thing, because if your paddle's catching on the tubes, you've got drag from the paddle and the boat making contact, as well as the drag of the water, and that's just going to make your life harder. Well, I've paddled upriver a little way and I've recorded an episode of Carl's Inflatable Kayaking Kitchen, and it's time to turn around and see what this paddle can do, paddling with the flow, just to see what happens really. So far I've been really enjoying it. It's nice, it's easy to control the boat, it works well. As I say, that rattle you can hear is the paddle leash. There's no paddle rattle of any concern. As I say, this ferrule tweaks a little bit, but not noticeably. It's only noticeable if you actually kind of do that thing with the paddle itself. Otherwise, on the water, you don't notice it. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's see what this boat can do downriver. There is a very gentle headwind, about 4 or 5 miles an hour. So we'll see how we get on. So just leisure paddling. I think the flow of the river today will probably offset the oncoming breeze. 3.3 miles an hour. 3.4. 3.5. 3.4. Let's give it a few more beans. Bit harder draw. 3.4. 3.6. 3.7. That's very respectable for this craft. Right, let's go a bit healthy leathery. Morning! 3.8. 4 for this boat is, yeah, pretty amazing. 4.1. Yeah, 4.1. The whole point of that isn't to prove that this paddle is fast, just that it's functional. And I think if I was in the Ottawa today, I think this would perform really well. You know, some kind of streamlined boat, I think it would be really good. I don't think it would be any worse. I think that's the key point. This paddle is no better or worse than any of my other paddles. And what that means is, for 70 quid, it's an absolute steal. I'm going to wrap this video up there because I really don't have anything else to say. So, as I say, link in the pinned comments and description if you want to check it out. You know what to do if you like what I'm doing on this channel. If you've got any ideas for any of the paddles that are reasonably priced that you'd like me to have a go at, let me know in the comments. You take care of yourself. Cheerio!